We at the bottom, feel this badly as I do. Pursue the things I thought would make me happy. First the neighbor, stopping in the valley, saying, make it till you make it out to Cali. She a radiated mama selling jewelry in the alley. She California dreaming since she's staying with her daddy. Run that Ruben or some, you know the tally. He said, oh, make it and I'll see you out in Cali. That was Cali by Tropidelic. Okay, so today, YouTube, we are going to be talking about Wattpad. Alrighty, we're going to be going through some Wattpad books. Okay, see bestsellers. Alright, I'm going to click some of them. One of them I already kind of looked through a little bit. Now, anyway, called Parallel. Let me click that again so it will show up. Someone else. Some celebrity romance. And this video is going to be talking about Wattpad. We're, like, for instance, Wattpad's a website where you can, like, write your own stories and people can post them for free. Like, I even have my own novels on here called Lainey and the Magicians, Ninjago fanfiction, The New Ninja, and I also have a story called The Cestian Chronicles. I didn't finish the Ninjago one or the Cestian one yet, but excuse me, but I did finish Lainey and the Magicians, and I'm proud of that. Okay. So those are completed stories that I can binge from start to finish. Thriller. This is Thriller! Thriller night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's Thriller! Thriller night, you're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight. Okay. The 4 baristas of the apocalypse instead of the 4 horsemen. What's wuxia? I don't know what that is. Is that some kind of Japanese, Chinese culture thing? Based off the picture? I mean, I could be wrong. New adult. Something about COVID. Lockdown on London Lane. When the London Lane apartment block is put on lockdown, its residents are in for a whirlwind week. Imogene's stuck living with a... Okay. Alright. I don't need that. Thank you. I'm gonna put this video with 13 plus in the description because I don't know how many parents would want their kids seeing what I just highlighted. Okay, I mean that might be good, but I don't really like reading stuff with sex in it. Okay. Not famous in Hollywood. Leonie Gant. We'll see that. Okay, so this is a paid story. And Wattpad, this float, paid stories are kind of like Wattpad trying to commercialize more. And Wattpad, a lot of you might have heard of Wattpad from stuff like The Kissing Booth, 50 Shades of Grey, and other things like that, like which were published on Wattpad and then got turned into novels and movies. And After is another example. That was originally One Direction fanfic. I mean, what's the deal with real people fanfic? I've written real life type fanfic before. Like, I wrote something about Dan TDM. So I have written that kind of stuff before, but adults who do that, I don't know what I think about them. Okay, so, seriously, it's a little weird to write fanfiction of a boy band you like when you're an adult. I mean, literally. I mean, just my opinion. Okay, so this float, the description is... Okay, so basically, in order to fit in during her summer visit to a beachside town, Waverly must take swimming lessons from Blake. The moody but gorgeous. You're so gorgeous! I can't say anything to your face. Look at your face. You're gorgeous! And I'm so furious! Making me feel this way. lifeguard next door. 17-year-old I was singing a song. Waverly Lyons is from Alaska. She doesn't do sun. But after her divorced parents can't agree on who gets to have her for the summer, Waverly gets shipped up to Holden, Florida to spend a couple of months with her Aunt Rachel. I have an aunt named Rachel. I'm now picturing her. There's one minor hiccup. Blake Hamilton, Rachel's 17-year-old neighbor. He's athletic, outgoing, arrogant, tan, and pretty much Waverly's exact opposite. She's eager to avoid him at all costs, hoping to fit in with the other kids in Holden without drawing too much attention to herself. But when Blake discovers that Waverly has been hiding the rather embarrassing secret that she can't swim, he does the unthinkable. He offers to teach her. Okay, there's a bad boy in here, okay. Be my bad boy, be my man, be my weekend lover, but don't be my friend. I bet that's what this story's gonna be. Who knows? I mean, I thought when people got divorced, I thought one person would have the kid for like 1 week and then the next week. Or at least that's one of the people I know. Somebody I know on Discord. I assume that their parents are divorced based off stuff they've told me. Okay, so the author, Toasted Bagels, wants me to please read in all caps. Okay. She says, "Dear readers, let me start with a heartful, all caps, thank you. I've been writing on Wattpad since 2011, and your love and support have shaped me as a writer and as a person. As some of you may know, this story was with me through 2 years of high school, 4 years of college, 15 months of off and on employment, free laptops, 0 boyfriends, and approximately 2,000 cups of coffee. Needless to say, I'm very attached, which is why I'm so excited to announce that this story is now part of the Paid Stories program. I know not all of you will be able to support me by purchasing the polished-up version of the story, but I hope you can respect me in my decision to pursue this opportunity. All I've ever wanted, is to be able to write stories and share them with you. Paid Stories give me the chance to keep doing just that. Let's go ahead and address the inevitable questions and concerns. Okay, I don't care right now, because I want to get to the story. Okay, so let me read this. Wait, is my channel gonna turn into, am I gonna change my channel name, and am I gonna be a reader YouTuber who reads stuff? Am I gonna be that? No, I'll still be doing Roblox. I won't just be doing Wattpad, or looking through Wattpad, and then making commentary. I'm not just gonna do that, okay? The scorching Florida sunshine battered down on my bare shoulders. If I didn't find some air conditioning soon, I was going to pass out and end up sprawled across the concrete pickup platform next to the airport parking lot, where eventually some poor airport security officer might stumble upon my unconscious body and have the unfortunate duty of reviving me. Okay, maybe I was being a little overdramatic, but still, it was only a few minutes past 3 o'clock, and I was the only person who had been stupid enough to step out of the cool airport terminal and head to the parking lot, where temperatures had to be in the hundreds, or at least upper 90s. I squinted down the road, searching for any sign of my Aunt Rachel. Sorry, the Aunt Rachel thing is a little funny. Let me continue. But I didn't even know what color car I was looking for, so I just stood there in the scalding sun, feeling like an idiot, a wet, sticky idiot. Would I ever stop sweating? Maybe wearing jeans hadn't been the best idea. I wasn't good at planning ahead. When I boarded the plane in Alaska, I dressed like any normal person from Alaska would. Well, that's not entirely true. No one was normal up in Alaska. My hometown, or as most people knew it, the 4th coldest town in the United States, was populated for the most part by climatologists and university researchers and a handful of disillusioned activists who thought their mere presence could somehow halt the melting of the ice caps and save all the polar bears. So, not exactly normal. I mean, that probably is true for people in Alaska, I'm pretty sure. Except, I think, but if that were true, Alaska would vote blue. Like, if they were activists who thought that their presence could halt the melting of the ice caps and save all the polar bears, they're more than likely leftists. Yeah, and I think... So I don't know if those people really want it to move to Alaska. Let me continue. But, who knows? I don't know too much about Alaska's population. Okay. Except from voting and life below zero. Okay. But I dressed like someone from Alaska would. This meant a big sweater and a coat thick enough to shelter me from even the coldest winter winds. I didn't realize anything was wrong with my choice of outfit until I noticed that I was the only one in the airplane that wasn't wearing shorts. And while I was happy to strip off my sweaters and coat, leaving me a spaghetti-strapped undershirt, I didn't exactly feel like taking off my jeans and parading around in my panties. Airport security wouldn't have appreciated that. Huh, interesting. I might read more of that later. Okay, we're gonna do another one. Okay, A and D. Nerdy Dakota Evans makes the biggest mistake of her life by falling in love with her best friend, Aaron Ford, despite coming from entirely different cliques in school, where their relationship have a chance. In a high school where everyone belongs to cliques, they're gonna, here's a song, they're gonna clean up your looks with all the lies in the books to make you see. Listen out of you, because they sleep with a gun and keep an eye on you, son, so they can watch all the things you, cause the drugs never work, they're gonna give you a smirk, cause they got methods of keeping you clean, they're gonna rip up your head, your aspirations to shreds, another cog in the murder machine, they say your teenagers scare the living out of me, they could care less as long... That song mentions cliques. Teenagers by MCR, let me continue. Nerdy and boyish Dakota Evans' friendship with basketball jock Aaron Ford becomes a big issue. Aaron's highly protective of Dakota and doesn't realize that she's in love with him, with their friendship eventually going on the rocks. Will Aaron finally realize his true feelings for Dakota before it's too late? So of course they're best friends, and for the purpose of the story, they magically fall in love. Is there a fairy godmother in this story somewhere that I should know about? Seriously. Okay. It's 90 to 100,000 words. You go, fallen baby boo-boo, or however I say your name. Okay. I see one of the tags is Filipino, so there might be some diverse culture in here, so that's interesting. Alright, so they said please read. Author, I don't care right now. Okay, continue reading. Okay, let's see. Dakota. So this is her POV. Ugh, I could hear his voice yelling my name, telling me to wake up. But I didn't want to wake up. I just wanted to sleep. Couldn't he leave me alone? Wasn't he getting tired of waking me up every single day of high school? I mean, I get that he was a morning person, but not all of us are. I know that he wanted to wake up early for us to catch the bus to school. That was also why he wakes me up early, because I sleep till late. I also didn't and couldn't wake up early. I guess he thinks it was his job or something, since my parents let me skip school to get some sleep. Didn't my parents rock? Anyway, we've been coming to school together since we were kids. After all, we lived next door and we were best friends. And I don't know, I guess it was a hobby of his to wake me up every morning if it was a school day, but he couldn't force me forever. He would eventually get tired. What was more, it was getting way out of hand, so I just ignored him and went back to sleep. Besides, there was nothing he could do that would surprise me anymore. It takes a few minutes to get back to sleep, though, depending on factors. I'm just putting in commentary, let me continue. Besides, there was nothing he could do that would surprise me anymore. He'd done literally almost every ploy to make me leave my cozy bed. I got used to every bit of it, and in the long run, I learned to ignore the tricks. Ho, ho, ho! I sighed. He stopped yelling. Finally, some peace and quiet. Wait a minute. What was that? What was that unsettling loud noise? Oh, I murmured. Shut up, I moaned. No, 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 no. Not that song, I thought. I covered my ears with my pillow, unsuccessfully drowning out the sound. Stop, I complained. But of course, he wasn't going to stop playing that unbearable rap song. You see, I hated rap songs. I found rock music comforting, while rap music I found disturbing. I didn't know why, I just did. And he knew how much I couldn't stand it. As bossy as someone like him, he just wouldn't give up. I mean, here's my commentary. Rap music isn't too bad, but it's... I don't know if I'd call it my favorite genre, though. Let me continue. I listen to a lot of rock music, so... Cool main character likes rock music. Let me continue. All of a sudden, the noise became louder, as if it was in my room. Ugh! Then I figured he must have turned on the talkies. Talkies were our nickname for walkie-talkies, which we plastered on each of our bedroom walls so we could talk to each other non-stop through our windows. I couldn't believe he could think of something like this. I bolted right up. Dizzily grabbing my big square-rimmed glasses on the way, I turned on my talkie by the window and sleepily glared at the 6'2", lean-billed 17-year-old guy who was wearing but his jogging pants in his room. I can see him through his bedroom window exactly across mine. Huh. I might read more of that later, okay? Huh. After moving to London, this is called Someone Else, by Novels and Coffee. After moving to London for best friend, the last thing Ellie expects is to fall for a celebrity, so it may be more trouble than it's worth. Can't you be now, you're the lucky one. Let me continue. Ellie Robinson never thought that the man she's loved for nearly her entire existence would leave her, but when he does, she sees, well, she didn't think of him when she was a little kid, unless she was a little kid who believed in Prince Charming. Let me continue. But who knows? Let me continue. But when he does, she sees no alternative than to run away to London. What? I continue. It wasn't the best laid plan for someone who typically thinks through every little detail, but when she meets screen and stage actor Jude Anderson, who never fails to bring a blush to her cheek, she believes her life is finally on the right track again. New love included. But no romance is complete without a little drama, anxiety, and miscommunication, leaving Ellie to learn how to take her life into her own hands and separate fact from fiction when a relationship hits the public eye. Someone Else is the first book in a trilogy following Ellie and Jude's love story. This is a paid story, too. Like, why does this need to be a trilogy? But, hey, that's not bad. You know, it's good. Okay. The repetitive drone of a booming bass in the tightly packed atmosphere of the dance clubs never appealed to me. I hadn't expected the charity fundraiser I was at to turn something like a Vegas nightclub. But I guess every party is doomed to resemble a frat house on a Friday night at some point. Instinctively, my feet pulled me in the direction of the nearest exit, and upon seeing a little sign that read Roof Access, I knew where I could make my escape. As I pulled back the door to my temporary getaway, the cool London breeze I was still trying to get used to sent up a chill up my spine. I stepped through the doorway and tried to admire my little hideaway, but it was dim as the only light I could see by was emitting from the moon and the street lamps below. I felt around to the left of the door and located what the tips of my fingers were searching for. When I flipped up the switch, the scene before me came alive. Hundreds of small lights were strung across the rooftop deck flickered on. They would have made even the most mundane setting feel slightly magical. Outdoor furniture was neatly placed to provide a cozy reprieve, and a soft glow completely illuminated the scene. That sounds like here's commentary. That sounds like something somebody would put on Pinterest that I'd probably pin. Seriously. And those lights kind of reminded me of Christmas lights. And in my basement downstairs, below the second floor, there's kind of like Christmas-type lights where the workout setup is. Let me continue. The moment the door shut behind me, all of the noise from the party vanished, and I felt like I could be myself again. This reminds me of a song called Broken by Lovely the Band. Let me continue. Now I'm thinking of Someone Else. Let me continue. I tread over to the edge of the roof to admire the view, wishing that it was just a little warmer so I could give my feet a moment of relief from the heels that clung to them. Once there, I set my drink down and gripped the ledge with both hands. Another breeze picked up and ruffled the black chiffon dress that fell to my knees, while simultaneously sweeping up the dark chestnut waves that barely grazed my shoulders for a little dance. I guess I should have been grateful that the bridesmaid dress I spent way too much money on was getting second use. Big Ben was less than a mile away, and I could see his face mocking me. It was only 2 minutes to midnight, and I knew there was no way I was leaving the party before 3 in the morning. I peeled my eyes away from the London landmark. Hopefully this is a Friday night, because she wouldn't get any sleep before work if she left the party after 3 if it was a regular night. Let me continue. I peeled my eyes away from the London landmark to try to focus on anything other than how I was going to bide my time. Before I knew it, Ben was chiming his big heart away, and I found myself closing my eyes and counting along in my head. You know, it's hard to see how lovely the city is with your eyes closed. A deep English voice carried across the still night into my ears, and I turned to the source of the disturbance in my escape, to see who had crashed my date with Ben. When I looked at the voice's owner, I found myself looking at someone who I was sure I'd seen before. Huh? Oh, right, it's a lovely city, I said. He must have come up while Ben was clanging away. Intrigue and confusion began to mix on my face as I tried to place him in my memory. Dark curls and facial hair made for a stark contrast to his fair skin, and eyes that hosted a deep dark blue hue stared right back at me. They were such a dark blue that they nearly looked black in the night that surrounded us. Have I met you before? I poked around in my mind, trying to match his features with someone I knew. I don't believe so. I came up here to get away from the crowd for a bit. I was here just last week for another event, but I didn't think anyone else knew about this space, since it was being used for the party. It's a shame, isn't it? Without waiting for a response, he turned back to admire the city laid out before us and set his drink next to mine. The silence between us felt awkward, and I was no expert in small talk. I searched through the channels of my brain for something to say to break the hush. I came up here with the same intention, but I had no idea how nice it was. Smooth. I paused a moment before continuing. This is the first time I've been here, or to any kind of event like this for that matter. I actually just moved here a few weeks ago. Huh. Maybe I'll read more of that later. Okay. Time travel isn't just possible. It's been legalized by the U.S. government. Many industries have capitalized on the trend, including dating agencies. Oh my gosh. We continue. Now anyone can travel to the past for their own Regency romance or Wild West affair for the right price. Formerly the Curios Temporal Matchmaking Service. I might not read that. Maybe I will. Who knows? Okay. Taking Space 2 by Daniel Leonhardt. Okay. Gone is the peaceful life of the family of 5 miners. Now they live in a world of mystery and intrigue, where things are never as easy as they would seem. They quickly learn this when a simple bounty turns into something much, much bigger. Now I'm thinking of The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. Okay, let me continue. Prologue. What is this, a Shinedown title? It's in all caps. Okay. Alrighty. Derek sat staring down to his drink. His eyes wouldn't focus and his mind was a blur, but still he could clearly see in his thoughts. Zephyr was staring kindly at him and saying, "We forgive you." He clenched his left hand until his fingernails bore into his skin. He lifted his drink to his mouth and swallowed it all in one gulp. He slammed the cup down. "Another!" The bartender looked up at him. "Sir, I think you have—" "Another!" Derek cut him off. The man slowly took his cup away and started to fill it. The door to the bar slammed open, and Derek groggily turned to see who would be making such a racket. He blinked a few times, trying to get his eyes to uncross, as a towering man walked through the doorway, both of his shoulders almost touching the door frames as he did. I'm looking for Admiral Derek Malachi," the tall stranger demanded in an oddly melodious voice. One of the other patrons pointed at him. The stranger walked the entire length of the room in 5 large strides. "Are you Derek?" "I am. Who's want to know? Who wants to know?" The man grabbed him by the scruff of his neck and pulled him to his feet. "I think you had too much to drink." "Hey-yo, who do—" The stranger dragged him away from the bar, as if he weighed no more than an empty bottle. Derek tried to swing at him, but he must have swung at the wrong one, because he didn't manage to hit anything. Intriguing. Okay. Now, Cave Ship by E.R. Malloza. Okay. 18-year-old Nicholas Mason is a fairly average teenager from the small town of Aberdeen, Washington in his final year of high school. When an earthquake awakes him at a senior party he attends with his 2 closest friends, they find themselves face to face with a powerful starship created by an ancient civilization, a cave ship. Taken aboard against their will, Nicholas and his friends find themselves traveling farther and farther away from Earth, while the starship automatically pilots itself towards some unknown destination. Now, Nicholas and the ragtag group of teenagers must work together to find a way back home, facing incredible dangers on strange alien worlds, all while at the mercy of a starship hell-bent on reaching its target. Ooh. Okay. The 4 baristas of the apocalypse. Okay. Okay. When aliens invade, 4 baristas are forced to become the saviors of the world. That reminds me of a song. We are the saviors of the world, and I will not be rude. We are kings and conquerors, and I won't bow to you. Okay, let me continue. Grab your double shot of Java and strap in. It's going to be a bumpy ride. In the Earth's darkest hour, wait, Starbucks people are gonna save the Earth? Okay. Let me continue. Unexpected heroes are stirring. Their coffee, that is. This kind of gives off a Marvel vibe to me. Let me continue. 4 baristas on a camping trip are underqualified to save the world from an alien invasion, but thanks to a hologram with no fashion sense, newly developed superpowers, and an alien with a guilty conscience, they've landed the job anyway. So grab your double shot of Java, your blueberry muffin, and strap in. Hasta barista, baby! Okay, important note. Let's see what they say. Nice offers note. Okay. Preface. Oh, 2018 Waddy Award winner in the Breakthroughs. Preface. Okay, I don't need to read the preface right now, but thank you. Oh, so they were kind of inspired by Marvel. Okay. Because Guardians of the Galaxy is Marvel. Okay. Paid story. There are 10 more 3 parts. Okay, let me continue. The start of the end of the world should be a pretty hard thing to miss, but in a peaceful Australian paddock under a moonlit sky, 4 friends on a camping trip were giving it their best shot. 2 tents were pitched side by side. From one came the sound of static. Her expression tired but resigned. Cora rolled over and regarded the other occupant of her tent. Max, I'm trying to sleep. Sorry, won't be long. I just need to check the cricket score, and I can't get a signal on my phone. Max took his cricket very seriously. I might read more of that. Who knows? Okay. Alrighty. When the Crown Prince's bodyguard. Let me guess they fall in love. Okay. When the prince is involved in a near-death experience, he is saved by a mysterious person. With a grateful heart, he employs the man to be his bodyguard, and keeps him closely by his side. Little did he know that he had brought back a girl instead. I don't know what Wuxia is. Oh, it's the original story. Okay. Might need to click on the Wuxia tag, see what that is. So, Chinese, Asian type stories? Interesting. Okay. Hit 1. Okay. The silvery moonlight spilled from the hands of the night sky, seeping into the shimmering, calm waters. Accompanied by a thin sheen of fog hovering over the river, the dreamlike scenery was almost like a painting. What is this, Pinterest? I have an account on Pinterest. My name is Ethan Redmace on there if you want to follow me. Let me continue. And amidst the calmness stood a beautiful young man in the water, walking into the river slowly with his body already half submerged. Even though he was soaking wet, the cold was the least of his worries. His mind was set on obtaining the treasure that lies in the middle of the great heavenly lake. Accompanied by his most trusted bodyguards, the noble crown prince had traveled out of the palace for a week, his whereabouts a secret to everybody else. It kind of reminds me of Cinder a little bit. Let me continue. After spending many arduous months of searching, he finally managed to find a potent cure to his beloved mother's terminal illness, the celestial flower. The legendary lake was quickly tucked away in the mountains, surrounded by thick forested valleys leading down from nearby peaks. Not everyone was able to enter this sacred place. Only those who desired the celestial flower and harbored good intentions were able to obtain it. The gods forbid people to use their product as part of wicked schemes. Which explained why the prince was alone at this moment and exposed to threats. He had to enter the misty barrier without his bodyguards, who were unable to gain access. Before he set off, he had to reassure them countless times that he would be fine. He wasn't weak. Despite being born into royalty, he was a formidable warrior, too. He had confidence in his skills, and nothing was stopping him from saving his mother. Before he could reach his destination, the freezing, cold waters had reached his chest. The moonlight illuminated the lake, revealing to him the flowers sleeping on a tiny island in the center. A breeze caught in his throat as he watched them dance in the slight breeze. There it was, the cure to everything. The fruit of his hard work was almost within his reach. Now all he had to do was to obtain it and hurry back to his mother before he was too late. Considering the depth of the waters, he was going to have to swim the rest of the way there. Without wasting any time, he dived immediately, cutting through the waters with strong, powerful strokes. He couldn't help but feel a ripple of excitement at the thought that he was able to accomplish such a difficult feat. However, he got too carried away. The next thing he knew was that something had grabbed his ankles and was pulling him downwards. So that's the Crown Prince's bodyguard. And so YouTube, that's all we had time for today, because 30 minutes is a little too long. And I hope you and Wattpad. Okay, Wattpad has some good stuff, but then sometimes it's like some people waste the writing potential. But some of the stuff we read today wasn't that bad, and some people can write really terrible and really great. Like if I didn't already say that already. But anyway, bye YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and comment and share and all that. And I'll make a shorter video, but this video is, I'm going to title it Me Reading Wattpad Stories. So, hope you enjoyed. See you then.